Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. We want to highlight a story out of Raleigh where Attorney General Jeff Jackson is highlighting the phase 2 of a robocall crackdown. Now, Jackson leads the anti-robocall multi-state litigation task force and has directed Intelliquent, Bandwidth, Lumen, and Peerless to halt suspected robocalls nationwide. In August, the initial phase of the crackdown began when Jackson sent warning letters to 37 smaller voice providers. According to a news release, the first phase led to the removal of 13 alleged robocall companies, 19 companies halting their suspected calls, and at least 4 providers terminating customers who allegedly transmitted illegal traffic. Jackson says the second phase targets larger companies in the U.S. telecom system, adding that 4 major providers continue to transmit hundreds of thousands of robocalls. He said, quote, "Phase 2 of robocall roundup is about the larger companies that are knowingly pushing through millions of scam robocalls. We're giving them 30 days to clean this up. If they don't, we're prepared to use every tool we have. The scale of this abuse is outrageous, and we're not going to tolerate it," end quote. And now we want to turn our attention to Washington, where the House Judiciary Committee has subpoenaed former special counsel Jack Smith. Now, Representative Jordan and the committee are investigating Smith's prosecution of President Trump and others for their alleged efforts to interfere in the 2020 election and in the Florida classified documents case. Now, Smith brought 2 criminal indictments against then-candidate Trump in 2023, but resigned just over 1 week before Trump's inauguration in January 2025 without ever having brought the 2 cases to trial. Now, in October, Trump posted on social media that Smith should be, quote, investigated and put in prison, end quote, and called him, quote, a disgrace to humanity, end quote. Now, Peter Koski, an attorney for Smith, released a statement today saying Smith voluntarily offered nearly 6 weeks ago to appear before the committee in an open hearing to discuss his investigation. However, that offer was rejected. Now, the statement went on to say that Smith, quote, looks forward to meeting with the committee later this month, end quote, to, quote, clarify the various misconceptions about his investigation, end quote. And now we want to turn to your weather forecast. Quite a different day today than what we had yesterday. The cloud cover's gone. The sunshine is out, but air temperature's not really responding all that much to the clear and sunny skies. This is a look across the east and really across the southeast. And again, things are looking nice and clear out there. No rain showers expected here over the next, we'll give it about 36 hours for the rest of today. And then again through the day tomorrow. By Friday, though, we are looking at more rain showers showing back up again. Right now, air temperatures generally in the mid to upper 40s. We do have a few in the low to mid 50s. We got 50 degrees right now in Beaufort, 51 in Swan Quarter, as well as Oriental, 55 in Stumpy Point. Overall, again, cooler than average, but not quite as bad as it could have been. If we would have had stronger winds today, not only would be A, a little bit cooler, but B, we'd be faced with, again, some biting winds. The winds this time of year, we kind of forget that they will have an impact as the temperatures drop and those wind speeds pick up. Very easy to have wind chills drop down to potentially dangerous levels. We're currently not there by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have cooler than average weather continuing to kick around the southeastern United States over the next several days. That area of low pressure, though, is the problem. I know you've probably heard by now, if you've watched any of our earlier forecasts today or some of our forecasts last night, showing the potential for maybe a few snowflakes coming up Friday morning. Now, it's not looking overly likely that all of eastern North Carolina will see a few flakes come down, but a few of us, I think, it's looking like a possibility, particularly those of you around Tarboro, Rocky Mount, Scotland Neck, essentially Nash, Edgecombe, Halifax, Northampton, and Hertford counties, possibly the northwestern corner of Bertie County around I would say the Lewiston, Woodville area, possibly All-Lander getting in the mix, but again, now we're just projecting a little bit too much. Let's get back into what we are certain about, and that is tomorrow morning we are going to be looking at sunny skies. Air temperatures will start out low. We're looking at the most likely the upper 20s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. So if you park your car outside and you had some headaches early on today, well, tomorrow, we could be looking at the same sort of situation. But then on Friday, we get rain showers showing up, and it will be a cold rain. Overnight lows Thursday night into Friday going to be down near freezing. That is the key. How cold can we stay overnight Thursday night into Friday morning? Now, regardless of how cold we stay, you got to remember that ground temperatures will be a little bit above freezing from Thursday, well, really Thursday night into Friday morning. We're not going to be dropping down below freezing. So if anything sticks to the ground, it's going to be grassy surfaces or elevated surfaces. Those of you wondering, okay, how is this going to affect my commute into work? Right now, it is not looking like any of the possible flakes that we could see through some of our northwestern counties will see anything actually stick to the ground. At least stick to the asphalt, stick to the road. So at this point, again, not anticipating any sort of major travel headaches coming up Friday morning. Possibly, again, just a cool sight to see. Some flakes come down, but everything, again, warms back up Friday afternoon, getting up to around 40 degrees. That'll spell an end to any sort of flakes that want to fall early Friday morning, leaving us with some lingering showers there through Saturday and Sunday, and now possibly even extending into next Monday. That's all we have time for today's 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.